Hello everyone to Electric News Highlights. This week we have a lot of news about new electric cars because last week was the Geneva Motor Show. If your company has electric cars as company cars, of course you want your employee to charge at home. It's cheaper for you and it's easier for the employee. Tronity has a software solution for you to know how much you have to pay your employee for charging at home. With the Fleet Manager you manage your employees and your cars. Tronity connects to the cars and knows exactly when the car is charging at home and how much. And then you get an easy monthly bill for your employee. If you want to know more, there's a link in the description below. If you like this video, it would be nice if you show it also and maybe subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss a new one. New Hyundai Nexo. The fuel cell car has now a second generation. I drove the first generation. I remember that fueling up hydrogen was a really weird experience for the first time to do that. And by the way, that hydrogen station that was in my hometown doesn't exist anymore for whatever reason. They closed it. And the car starts at 70,000 euros. That's a lot of money. Has front wheel drive, 150 kilowatts, 7.8 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, but a WLTP range of 826 kilometers with a 6.7 kilogram hydrogen tank. It got a bit bigger than the tank that it had before, and I looked it up. In Germany right now there are 150 fueling stations for hydrogen. That's not a lot when you know the size of Germany. I mean, it's not a gigantic country, but still 150 is not a lot. And for me, with the one that closed in Passau, the next one is in Landshut. That's 100 kilometers from here. Let's stay with Hyundai. They presented a new Staria. This is a car where it can fit a lot of cars. It can be a 7 or a 9-seater. How cool is that? And they now made it fully electric. Has a 160 kilowatt front wheel drive motor and the 800 volt system that we know from Hyundai, which is amazing. And the big battery, the 84 kilowatt hour battery. This is amazing. WLTP range is up to 400 kilometers. Top speed 184 with a 9-seater. That's really amazing. 10 to 80% will take 20 minutes. AC can be charged with 11 kilowatt. Vehicle to load is on board, as we also know with Hyundai, and it can tow up to 2,000 kilograms. That seems like a lot of people can be transported in this. That is very cool. By the way, if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery, where I'm vlogging. So if I get a car, what's happening with the car, if there are any news and anything happening, really awesome. New XPeng P7 Plus, an ID.7 competitor, a limousine. Will start at 46,000 euros, but when we get to a battery the size of the ID.7, it's 49,000 euros. We have 3 motors, 180 kilowatt rear wheel drive, 230 kilowatt or 370 kilowatt all wheel drive. That's 4.3 seconds to 6.9 seconds 0 to 100. Top speed in all the cars is 200 kilometers per hour. You can have the 62 kilowatt hour battery with the small motor, or then with the other two you get a 75 kilowatt hour battery. The WLTP range in the smallest is 455 kilometers and maximum in the rear wheel drive big battery 530 kilometers, which is a bit less than in the ID.7. The standard version has around 610 kilometers. In the Pro S we have 700. Charging though, amazing, 10 to 80% in 12 minutes. It can charge with the big battery 446 kilowatt and with the small battery 350 kilowatt. This is pretty amazing. Then we get to Kia. The Kia EV2 had his world premiere. Amazing, a tiny little SUV for a smaller price, hopefully. We don't know the price yet. We have 2 versions. We have the standard range with a 42 kilowatt hour battery, 317 kilometers WLTP range, 108 kilowatt front wheel drive, 22 kilowatt AC is possible, and DC charging takes 29 minutes minutes from 10 to 80%. Or the long range, which has a 61 kilowatt hour battery. They don't say what power it has, but it will be less than a small battery. So the acceleration is also slower than the small battery. 448 kilometers of WLTP range will take 30 minutes from 10 to 80%. Both have a top speed of 161 kilometers per hour. That's very specific. Can have vehicle to load and soon even vehicle to grid. Again, we don't know the price yet, but most likely those cars will be at the dealer and customers in March, which is amazing. Again, let's stay with Kia. EV3, EV4 and EV5 all get a GT version, a more powerful version, and an all-wheel drive power. This is amazing. EV3 and EV4 get 215 kilowatt all power with the 81.4 kilowatt hour battery. You cannot get it with the small battery. It has a new ECS damper control system, which is a bit more sporty. When you go corners, you get 20-inch wheels right away. The EV5 GT will get a 225 kilowatt all-wheel drive motor system, so a bit more power, and it will have a road preview system, so it can see potholes before you drive over them and adjust the damper so it feels better. This is so cool. We need this. And if you want to support the channel, you can do that here on YouTube via channel membership. But you get also something for it. You get early access to new videos, and if there's something really important happening, you are the first to know. Let's get to the EV sales for Germany in December. The ID.7 again is on top. Almost 3,000 cars have been delivered in December. Altogether were 55,000 cars. And we have to say, I have the numbers here so you can see all the other cars, but we also have the numbers for the whole year of 2025. The ID.7 was the most delivered EV in Germany. 34,000 units altogether. It was 545,000 electric cars have been delivered in Germany in 2025. That's 19.1%. That is way better than last year, but only a tiny bit better than in 2023. World premiere of the Volvo EX60. The world premiere is on January 21st. It will have WLTP range of 810 kilometers. So the car seems to be very similar to the BMW iX3 800 volt system, charging really fast. They say a weird number. They say 10 minutes for 340 kilometers of range. That doesn't sound amazing when the whole car has 810 kilometers. That sounds like only charging 40% in 10 minutes. So from 10 to 50%, 10 minutes. I think it could be faster. But still, we're looking forward to see the new Volvo EX60. Dacia Spring sale. The Dacia Spring is in Europe, I think, almost the cheapest electric car you can get. And in Germany right now, you even get a 5,000 euros sale. So the cars are 5,000 euros cheaper. It's incredible. The cheapest version where you don't have DC charging, only AC charging and no extras. There's nothing in there. Starts at 11,900 euros for electric car. Yes, there's almost no power. The battery is very little. You don't have a lot of range. But for the city, it's totally fine. If you want it a bit better equipped and also maybe DC charging, then you get to 13.7 or 14.7 thousand euros, which is still really good. New Model Y. In Germany, the long-range rear-wheel drive has started sale. And it starts with 47,000 euros and 675 kilometers WLTP. It's also the Model Y with the highest range, which is amazing. Top speed still 201 kilometers per hour. The acceleration is only for Tesla 7.2 seconds. And the last thing, there's a Volvo EX30 battery recall in the United Kingdom. So only right side driving or right steering wheel cars are affected, and only the big battery, not the LFP battery, it's the NMC battery. only 0.02% of all cars are affected, and Volvo says if you have an EX30 with an MSC NMC battery, don't charge in the UK, don't charge it over 70%. There could be a problem with fire. 33,800 cars are registered as right-hand drive with this battery. So if you calculate that, that's around 7 cars. So hopefully it's not as bad. And the channel updates right now in the garage. I have the Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. I was expecting the Model Y Performance, but they cancelled a week before and I got this car. I'm not complaining. I'm doing all my tests. I did my range test and it's phenomenal what range you get out of this car. Really, really great. But on Friday I'll bring it back, get my ID.7 back, and then on Monday I get the Volkswagen ID.3 Fire and Ice to test this out a bit. I'm very excited about that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BetterLife1. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.